Question number 2, find the volume of the solid. Round your answer to 2 decimal places, just like we did in the previous question. And back to the previous question, if you can see the answer over here, you can see I did not need to round it to 2 decimal places because the volume of the rectangular prism was exactly 240 meters cubed, so no rounding was necessary. Okay, this shape is a triangular prism. If you turn in your flip book to triangular prism, you will see we figured out the volume very similar to a rectangular prism, only now the base is no longer a rectangle, it's going to be a triangle, which we use the formula 1/2 of A times B, and then we figure out the volume at this point, the same as a rectangular prism, the area of the base times the height of the prism. So now, taking a look at the triangular prism, we learned that the base of a triangular prism is always a triangle. In this case, we have a right triangular prism because the triangle here is a right triangle. So for this triangular prism, you can't choose the face that's a rectangle, any 3 of the faces that are rectangle. You have to choose either the back face or the front face. Well, it makes logical sense we pick the front face. 1, our brains process that a little bit easier, and number 2, it has its measurements already there, so it's easy to figure out the lengths of the legs of that right triangle. And now let's go ahead and label our measurements. We see that 5 feet is leg 1 of our base, 8 feet is leg 2 of our base, and that leaves 12 feet as our height. So remember again, you want to circle the height so you don't make a mistake and plug it in the wrong place. And the height, just like a rectangular prism, is always the measurement that is not one of the side measurements or edge measurements of the base. So A can't be correct because that is an edge of the base. B can't be correct because that is an edge of the base. And that means this measurement 12 feet must be the actual height of the triangular prism. Remember again, also, height is the distance between the 2 triangular faces. So in this case, 12 feet is the distance between the 2 triangular faces. Alright, let's go ahead and work out our calculations. We have the base, which is now a triangle, is equal to 1/2 of the value of A, which is 5, times the value of B, which is 8. Plug that in your calculator, or if you do it in your head, that's great too. 8 times 5 is 40, times 1/2, or divided by 2, is equal to 20. Remember, area is in units squared, so in this case it's 20 feet squared. And now we'll go ahead and find the height, which we've already found actually. The height is equal to 12 feet. So finally, our volume is equal to the area of the base times the height, which is 20 times 12. Again, calculator if you need it. 20 times 12 is 240. And again, recall, volume is a 3-dimensional measurement, and that means it is in units cubed, in this case, feet cubed. So the volume of this particular triangular prism is 240 feet cubed.